Alright, so we're at the DMV right now. Our registration was expired on the van, I guess. So we have like 4 minutes left. So the office closes. We're leaving today, so we gotta get this.
You almost screwed the pooch on that one. I don't know where that term comes from, but it definitely is someone having sex with a dog. Well, like someone did it and they're like, wow, you really screwed the pooch on this one. Like it became something.
If I had to come up with what the story was behind it. Hey, how you doing? All right.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one. This is our big victory walk. Big victory walk. All right. Let's freaking start the adventure.
For the people.
Welcome!
The show. This is the show for the people.
Welcome to the For the People podcast.
The variety show.
My name is Tanner.
My name is Zach.
And my name is Parker.
And we're 3 lifelong friends.
And we're 3 lifelong friends that compete to embarrass each other. Hey! Just to give you guys a little bit of an idea, this is the 3rd time we've tried to do this podcast.
Yep.
The first time we got stopped by the cops, the 2nd time we got stopped by technology, and the 3rd time,
We're not gonna get stopped by nothing.
we're not gonna get stopped by anything.
No man, no God.
So this is, we kind of explained a little bit in the channel trailer video, but this is kind of just going to be a recounting of all the stuff that we've done, like on the trip. We've been going around to a lot of places. Like I said, we're living in a van, I think I said.
Yeah.
I think I already said that.
We're gonna travel around the country.
Yeah, this is it's been a week now. It's been pretty much,
week and 1 day.
Yeah, a week and
8
one
days.
day.
And we kind of just want to run you through the trials and tribulations and things that we've seen, the people we've met, the
Fun times we've had, the low points we've had,
the low points that we've had.
the fights.
Me and Zach and Parker have fought a ton.
Yeah, wrestle,
A ton of fighting.
tickle fighting.
The tickle fights have been crazy in the van.
Every night before you go to bed, Parker's like,
Tickle, tickle, tickle!
Yeah, they can't stand it when I do that.
oh fuck. Now we got stopped by a fucking chair.
The first day we left, my leaving day was, I was at a funeral for my uncle. Rest in peace, moment of silence. And then I immediately went over to Zach's and it was like, all right,
We're leaving.
time to leave forever. Time to leave forever.
It was very rushed. Even for me and Parker, it felt very rushed at the end.
Yeah.
Because we just had so much stuff to do that last day.
Yeah,
Pack all of our stuff up. And
There's a lot of last minute things to wrap up and get fixed.
It was honestly a very stressful first day, but these two were much more up. They were were ready. They were up. They were fucking ready to go.
yeah.
Yeah, especially after that that test drive. That was kind of
We were ready.
yeah.
We were ready for redemption on the test
Definitely.
drive.
Yes, because
Coming
at
back.
Ponce Inlet it rained all day.
It was somewhere we have already been before, so it kind of felt like
We had nowhere to
waiting.
go.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
We had the beach, and then it's like this in the actual van. We go to the beach, and then we're done at the beach. We don't have to be like, all right, so where are we going to stay at the beach? What are we going to do at the beach for the rest of the time? It's like, all right, let's go. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Let's just make the drive.
Move on to the next dope place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was hard for me specifically. I felt like, it was a lot of fake it till you make it kind of stuff, You just kind of got to smile through the pain.
Putting a happy face on.
Yeah, put the happy
Yeah.
face on, because eventually, and I learned this, you start to believe it.
I think that's with everything. With me, at least, if I'm down, and I'm like, okay, if I'm smiling, I'm laughing, whatever, my mood usually improves. Anyone who has real confidence is like a psycho, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's like you just fake confidence and then you are confident.
Yeah.
It's like,
So that first day, we drove all the way from Florida up to my dad's hunting property in Georgia.
Today went pretty well, I think. But when a dog incident happened, the dog incident was this. Zach saw some mangy stray mutt hanging out on the street in the middle of nowhere, out in the boonies. And I told him, I said, hey, it's a bad idea, man. It was so tough. I don't know why I wanted to do it while I was brushing my teeth. He wouldn't take me seriously, I feel like, so he just kind of brushed me off. I felt a little disrespect, to be honest with you. But when we got back to the house, I told him to clean all the bugs off the ground.
so for me and Parker at least, Tanner was still bummed because he just got out of that funeral and stuff. But me and Parker were vibing in the van, and Tanner was vibing along with us. He was listening. We were jamming out to music and stuff.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. And then we got to Georgia, and it was awesome, dude. The hunting property up there is so cool. They have a little 4-wheeler. It's like a yellow 4-wheeler. It's like this racing 4-wheeler.
It's a little racing yellow 4-wheeler. And if you've ever ridden a 4-wheeler, you know, the best way to drive around is with those smooth wheels. Those wheels are just smooth as butter, and you take off around those corners and you're drifting around in the sand.
You hit a patch of sand when you're going as fast as you can, and you start losing control of it.
Just a little bit.
You just feel the wheel go like this.
It's good to keep no traction whatsoever on the wheels.
That's the best part.
Mm-hmm. And we just kind of went inside, showered, went to bed. The next day we woke up, we stayed there for an entire day.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I was talking about earlier is like they said, this is like an epic place for them to be. They've been there like 2 times before. It's super awesome. Now, granted, Dad, no slight on you at all. No slight at all. I would never slight you. Thank you for letting us stay at the property.
We love you.
These two loved it. I also like the property a lot. That being said, it did kind of feel a lot like Ponce Inlet in the way where, for me, where it's like I've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
I basically have spent like my entire life in this area.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just come out of the funeral, so it was feeling a little rough because, you know, we're about to live in a van forever, I'm pretty sure is the time frame. And I was just kind of like, shit, you know, we're not even sleeping in the van. I was a little nervous, not going to lie. On that first day and that second day we spent it all in Georgia, I was a little nervous.
Yeah. We lost our momentum.
But what kept us busy was the little chores that Papa Roberts let us do.
Tanner's dad. He needed us to fill up all the deer feeders, which are like these big, tall, like little tiny silo-looking things, and you fill them up with these big bags of corn. We had to get like 10 bags of corn.
Yeah. Zach had a hard time lifting it, but me and Parker were fine.
Yeah. Well, I had to help Zach out on some of them.
But other than that, me and Parker did fine.
We would just throw them on the seat of the 4-wheeler and sit on them, and then ride them out to the feeders, and then stand on the 4-wheeler and dump them in. That's sick.
It did give a little bit of a jump start to that first day, right?
Yeah.
But all in all, we were in a trailer up in Georgia. It was hot as hell. It was like 90 humid.
I kept laying on the ground next to the air vents. It was so nice, dude.
Yes. You know, day 3 is kind of when we start to go a little crazy.
A little bit crazy.
And we drove from the Georgia property in South Georgia up to
Atlanta.
La
Lanta. Well, first of all, we stayed with our buddy Gippy. She's from me and Parker's college.
Shout out Gippy.
It was our first time in Atlanta, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit scary.
But it was still super cool.
Southside.
Definitely not what we were expecting. We stayed around like the Martin Luther King Jr. National. Oh, was it a national like park area? It was a monument.
It was a national
like a memorial.
Area. This was kind of what was nice about it. It was like a very cultured area. So there was like murals, old brick buildings, which, granted, we're on the northeastern seaboard right now. Brick buildings are a dime a dozen, baby. But back in Florida, all you get are just, I don't know, stucco walls and shingled roofs. It doesn't change up much from that. But when we were there, it felt like an adventure. It felt like a new place, an all new, just sanctuary of cool buildings.
Yeah, it was dope. Then we went to bed out in the van, and we slept in the van, and it was awesome. That was the first time we slept in the van since the test run. Really? No vacancies in the whole building. Have you checked the back? Because like so many people are like try to be dicks or whatever, but it's so funny to just come up like really sad, like, man,
You don't have any free rooms. There's none that doesn't cost anything.
and it was colder.
Yeah.
Like I was like cold that night. I was
Yeah,
just
same
kinda,
with me.
I didn't have my big blanket on yet, and yeah, it was super nice though. We slept super good, and then we went back up there with Gippy and we watched Sexy Beasts, the Netflix show, and it was hilarious.
I do want to say, I think sleeping in the van that first time at Gippy's house, it kind of got me out of my funeral funk, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I was like, okay, this is so doable. I can sleep in this thing every single night. This is so comfortable.
Yeah.
So that definitely helped a lot.
It
But-
definitely started to feel more homey. That night,
Dude,
in the
That's
van.
I literally said that. I said, "Yo, this van feels a lot more homey now."
Yeah.
With Super Pickle. So we woke up at Gippy's in Atlanta and drove all the way up to Asheville, North Carolina to see Josh Amil.
Yeah. I met Josh, he lived like a couple houses down from me, and we met like right before kindergarten, and then we were like best friends all through elementary school.
And then in middle school, Zach went to a different middle school, and I hung out with him.
And then they were like best friends.
we were like besties in middle school.
And then we all reunited in high school.
Yeah.
And then we met Parker.
And I joined the gang.
And Parker knew Josh a little bit from before. But we got to see Josh, and that was so sick. And he brought us all around. He gave us a tour of the city.
We come into here to park, and then right at the top of the hill, that little patio area.
Yeah.
That is our patio where that homeless person took a shit.
Oh my god.
He spoiled us.
He spoiled us. He just spoiled us.
Well, this rotten.
Spoiled us rotten.
He bought us pizza. He brought us all around. He showed us like all the cool spots in Asheville. He's telling us so
Asheville
many
was
stories.
beautiful.
Oh my
That was
God.
one
It's
thing we
such a
figured
cool
out.
city.
Having a tour guide is
Yes.
literally the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because Josh knew like just some random part of Asheville. Shout out Little B's Thai place.
Yeah,
that's where he
Josh
works at.
Little B Ty.
Light it up.
If you're ever in
Light it up.
If you're ever in Asheville, go drop by.
Josh took us around. He bought our ticket into Sliding Rock. I don't know if you guys have seen that on TikTok, but it's where people basically slide down a rock.
It's like a big flat rock, and there's like water flowing down it, and then people
water
slide down it.
Yeah. He took us to a few other falls.
Waterfalls.
One of the ones that you guys have probably seen on Instagram with Tanner.
Our first waterfall, by the way.
Me and Tanner's first waterfall.
Our first waterfall.
I've seen one.
Parker's in Hawaii. I get it.
It was beautiful, dude. We went up
took
on the
us-
mountains, and it was so misty in the morning.
Oh my
God.
gosh. It looked like a rainforest. It was so cool. And then we went to one called Triple Falls, which was huge. It was like a 3-tiered waterfall.
And then we took off that morning, and with the lessons that Josh had taught us about the national parks, we headed off to If the rules were that every time you peed, you had to pee on a tree, what is the landmass of trees you think you've covered up your entire life? Based on what we can see.
So each tree is a pea.
Each tree is one pea.
Here.
It was like the first time I think any of us had been old enough to be in a national park, you know, like where we're really able to experience it and like control where we go.
Yeah.
And we realized it's like there's just a road through here, and then you just pull off and there's a hike. Because I'm not gonna lie, what I was expecting was that it was gonna be like
A parking lot.
a big parking lot, and then like
just a
50-mile hikes,
Yeah.
all
That's what I was-
branching
yeah.
off from that. And I was like, yeah, that kind of sounds like a fun day. It's gonna be really hot and stuff, but you kind of have that break in the car when you're driving around, and
Yeah.
you can like eat for a second, a little air condition. It was awesome, but the national park was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What was crazy was it was a free day at the national parks. We just happened to hit it on one of the free days. We
And
didn't even need the pass that
We
we had.
have the national park
Yeah,
pass.
it's kind of a waste.
If you're ever going into the mountains and you're looking for a good overlook to pull off on, you'd expect the top of the mountains, and I'm talking the top,
highest
the
mountain.
highest points, right?
Yeah.
You
Highest
think,
elevation.
You think the highest elevations would be the best view? That's fucking stupid. Why did you think that?
That's so
You're
dumb.
an idiot for thinking.
You might think that the lowest points are the best view.
You suck.
That's even stupider. You're an idiot. But
You guys literally suck.
what kind of audience have we accrued that are so stupid?
Keep watching though. Keep watching.
Yeah, keep watching.
Dumb
yeah.
brain.
It gets better. I promise. But
Shenandoah.
those middle views, the middle views on the mountain, like you go up to the middle elevations, that's where the beauty's at. Don't hold your breath for the top. It would be stupid to think the bottom would have the best view. Those middles are what you should live for.
Yeah. So, Shenandoah, we finished up there. We got out at like sunset. We drove up to Culpepper, Virginia.
Yep.
Shout out to the Planet Fitness guy that we met.
He was so hyped. We were telling him about all the van stuff, and he was like, "Man, that's so cool." And it always hypes us up more when other people are hyped. The best day thus far was the Shenandoah to the Planet Fitness. I almost said Planet Smoothie, where my girlfriend works. Adrian.
Talking about Adrian
She's
again.
a dope. Hey,
Adrian.
Hey, give her a chance.
Adrian!
There's Zach over there talking to his girlfriend. Tanner over there talking to his girlfriend. And here I am, talking to you guys. Right now we are in Culpepper, Virginia. And that's not Culpepper. We just showered, ate a little bit,
Cooking by the fire.
and then we're gonna sleep at that Walmart across the street.
And the van, by that point, was just feeling so homey and sick. It was cold. And we watched a movie that night in the van.
Minority Report to get ready for
Report.
DC.
And that was dope. And then after after
Culpepper, Virginia.
Culpepper, Virginia, we woke up there, and I got a little workout in at the Planet Fitness, and you guys went and longboarded
We
around.
longboarded around a little bit.
We've been going to Ollie's a lot. I don't know
Oh.
if you've ever heard of Ollie's.
It's like a bargain store where they buy cheap and they sell cheap.
All around the store, there's these weird, like, cartoons of this little middle-aged balding man.
Yeah,
Like,
it was hilarious.
with jokes that are like so, like, dad
Not
jokes.
funny.
They don't even make sense.
Yeah.
So
Most of
dad,
them
they don't
didn't
even make
make
sense.
any
Some of them aren't jokes, I don't think.
Some of them are like you know what a newspaper is?
Yeah.
That's the whole
It's
thing.
like, do you guys know what a newspaper is? Ollie's.
The bargains are cheap here. It's like, okay. Yeah.
I
I know
don't
about
see
it.
how those two.
Or once we left Culpepper, Virginia that next day, we drove up to beautiful, magical Joe Biden's home,
Joe Biden.
Washington, D.C.
Bossman Biden?
Bossman Biden's D.C., baby. Oh, yeah, he showed us around.
Give us a tour.
He walked a little slow. Real slow.
DC was awesome, though.
Yeah.
Everything is like so pristine, and it's like these giant marble structures everywhere. It's so cool. It's such
like
a
the
cool,
only place you
interesting
can
place.
see something like that.
Yeah, all the roads are like super wide in
Like
like a utopian
Yeah.
way.
And all we do, like our big, I think kind of what we've just decided is our thing when we go to cities is just like we kind of just like to skateboard around and look at this stuff. And what else do you need?
First, we went up to the National History Museum.
Woo!
National Museum of Natural History, which is like the one
Smithsonian,
from,
yeah.
which is the one from Night at the Museum, right?
It doesn't look anything like Night at the Museum.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know. It might be. We might
We
be
think
wrong,
so.
But
It is.
But it's just like it's almost all animals, which was sick. Just like taxidermied animals,
Yeah.
I guess.
Like this one.
But it was sick. They had a life-size blue whale, a giant.
Polar bears,
They had a giant
tiger.
squid. Oh, a tiger, dude.
A grizzly?
A grizzly bear. They had a bison.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch a bison by the end of this trip. Just to see everything like that up close, it was crazy. You could like look into their eyes.
This is what I called it yesterday. It's just imagine all of the coolest things that people throughout history have worked to like see and accrue and collect, and they just kind of took all the best of the best and they put it in one place for a bunch of sweaty tourists to go look at.
Yep.
And it was free. It's free to go into all the museums over there in Washington D.C.,
What?
which is
Yeah.
sick.
It was
Yeah.
so cool.
And then after National Museum, I've said it wrong every single time I say it. National Museum of Natural History.
We got some food at this little
Food truck.
food truck. Yeah,
It was
I
so
got
good.
I got some shawarma, which is my first time trying shawarma.
You got shawarma?
Yeah, and it was really good.
I just got chicken tenders, but I
Feels good.
talked to the guy. He's a nice guy. Go hit up his food truck if you ever see it outside the Smithsonian.
Yeah. It was dope. And then we longboarded over to the Washington Monument, a giant little finger sticking up,
Not that big.
flicking off the president. And then we
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. And then we longboarded down
Reflecting pond.
we longboarded down through the reflecting pond and then up to the Lincoln Memorial. And I'm telling you, dude, inside the Lincoln Memorial, super cool, right? Tanner fell asleep inside the Lincoln Memorial. Hilarious.
Take a little nap.
I did fall asleep in the Lincoln Memorial, but it's air conditioning in there.
Yeah.
It was hot in DC, man. It was hot.
It's a nice end to that walk from the monument.
But the coolest part, I think, of the Lincoln Memorial is honestly when you go around the back and you like can sit on the edge of like this
The marble?
this giant marble structure and like look out over the city of DC, I guess.
I don't know.
This city and like this lake, and it just looks awesome. There's like this beautiful bridge with like these big statues on it. It's so cool. We sat there for a super long time and just hung out.
DC just kind of has this feeling of like, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah. It's like so pristine.
It feels like they shouldn't be allowing
just all of our sweaty like little kid fingers all over everything.
Yeah, we're just allowed to touch whatever we want. You can go up and touch the feet on the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah.
They don't let you, but you can.
You can run into the Capitol.
You can run directly into the Capitol.
And they'll just like catch you a couple months later and be like, hey, come to jail.
You can try and make the guards at the Capitol building flinch or like move or something.
Yeah.
See if they'll show any emotion.
They're on their phones all the time playing Angry Birds, so it kind of just doesn't.
You got Fruit Ninja on that phone?
I wonder if they ever get heckled.
Jump around 3 ever come out?
I think they
But now we got to see the Capitol for the first time, and it was sick.
Yeah, it was really cool to be up
And there was
so.
nobody making a rage over next to it, making it crazy.
And then Tanner and Parker got a little Slurpee.
Yeah, oh my
A snow
gosh.
cone. A snow cone.
We have to spend our money so wisely out here, but man.
Well, Tanner talked him down from $8 to $5 on this little cherry like shaved ice thing that we shared, and it was.
Did you film that part? No.
And then we went, Zach got boba from the place we got boba at last time in DC.
It was so good, dude. It's like underground. It's so cool.
It's called Shardy.
Yeah.
Share tea. Matcha boba, baby.
Yeah.
And then we longboarded through DC, got back to our van, and then we drove through to New Jersey.
It was like a 4-hour drive to my my uncle's place in Jamesburg, New Jersey.
Got there at like midnight.
Wait, you're forgetting one crucial detail. Dennis.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was before.
Guys, Dennis. We were at the Dennis part of the episode.
So we left DC and we realized the fuel gauge was a little low. We were
We're running low on fuel.
a little bit under halfway on the tank.
And then
So
I was driving. I said, ooh, there's a Wawa. We haven't seen a Wawa in a while. We should go to this Wawa.
And use our Wawa gift card. Thank you to our supporters back home.
Thank you, everybody who got us gas gift cards. So we pull off at Wawa and start pumping the gas. Parker's out there pumping it. And guy walks up, super nice looking guy. He comes up and he goes,
Where'd you get your bed from?
my dad, so we ordered 3 layers of foam online, like different layers of foam that like make a mattress.
Check this shit out.
I know, right? There's a fan up there too. And
Cool, man. Check this shit out.
The illustrious solar system.
we have solar panels on
Are you
top.
serious?
Runs off solar panels and off the alternator.
Everything in there.
And shore power. Everything in
We
there.
can charge our phones, our laptops and stuff, and that fan runs off.
I gotta show my son this shit.
And man talks to us for like 30 minutes. Super cool, telling us all these stories. It was awesome.
Look, I drove a tractor trailer for 20 years.
Yeah?
The tiredness is your eyelids.
I know.
It's not necessarily your body.
I know.
And I woke up and I went, you dumb son of a bitch, wake up. Hey, that's a great, I like the flooring.
Yeah, you like the grass too?
Yeah, indoor, outdoor.
Yeah.
They do that in New York.
Yeah.
Because they ain't got no grass, they'll put it up on the, I think
On the
dog
balconies?
tank, so the dogs can shit on it. When I drove a tractor trailer, I was going up Christiansburg Mountain, which is near Virginia Tech. And I got diabetes, and I had to get a bathroom like crazy.
Yeah.
So I go in between the tractor, right? And it's a fucking gully down like this.
Oh, God.
And I'm pissing that away.
Yeah.
Fucking Virginia State Troopers coming down the other way.
Oh, my.
This trailer license. Who? I want to talk to you. Who gave me a fucking ticket for indecent
Really?
exposure?
Oh my God.
I had to get my wife and get a hotel and go up there and fight the son of a bitch.
Did you win it?
Yeah.
Hey!
That's
what I'm talking about.
Have a great trip, man.
Yeah, you
and
too.
I hope
Thanks.
you meet some great people along the way.
Hopefully. You're one of them.
Just,
Yes.
like I said, just remember.
Yeah.
Be conscious of
Yeah.
what's going on. Gasoline here was like here it's like 301.
Like, see you, Dennis. Like, have a good one.
Bye,
Goes into the
Dennis.
gas station, and then we're like, okay, we actually have to pump gas now because we got
Yeah,
distracted.
we have to get some more gas in.
So then we started pumping the gas. We were cleaning the windshield, and then who knows what happens next? Dennis comes back out, and he's like,
I'll give you something to remember me by.
perfect. That's exactly what we need. Have a good one. Thank you, Dennis. See you, Dennis.
Hells yeah.
Woo!
It's an Oriole.
It's
Yeah.
an Oriole bird. And he gives that
Go
to us.
Orioles.
And then he plays a little game with us, and he gives us like 4 or 5 things out of his car. Got something else for us.
And an army hat.
Okay, listen. 1 through 10.
Uh,
Not a number.
okay.
This is for the Oriole bird.
4.
Wait a minute. Wait. I didn't even get the. Wait a minute. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah! We got the hat.
And all just different things. It was dope.
Yeah, he gave us a
Little hat?
little gifts. It was awesome. A little
Yeah.
boonie hat that we have, a first aid kit.
Yeah.
A little Superman trinket.
Little Superman, little Christmas ornament that
Uh-huh.
we hung on the van, and also that Oriole bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
But we probably stayed at that gas station for like 45 minutes talking to this guy.
Yeah.
It definitely got us to New Jersey way
slower.
later than we thought we were gonna get there.
But it was hilarious, so it was worth it.
And that was when we thought
it was
we
over.
weren't gonna see Dennis again. Yeah.
And then we were like,
wow.
all right, bye, Dennis.
It was
We
nice
love
seeing
you.
you.
We love you, Dennis. And he was like, I love you guys more than I love my own kids.
Yeah.
And then we pulled out and we drove away, and Dennis was still pumping his gas. We drove down the road, maybe 4 or 5 stoplights later. What do I see? Turn over, Dennis in his car going, roll your window down! So I rolled down the window.
Listen, the camera stopped recording, but you get the idea. We got to New Jersey that night. Uncle Rich made us some breakfast. Thanks,
Uncle Rich!
Parker's uncle.
Thank you, Uncle Rich.
And then we made it to beautiful New York City.
New York City. And now we're
Ladies
gonna
and gentlemen, please come back for the next episode to see our adventures in New York City. This has been the For the People podcast. I thank you for joining. Peace off. Have a good rest of your day.
And stay chilly out there. And make sure to stay warm as well.
Here, wait, let me.